Today we are going to discuss business letters. As most of you have asked me and requested me to prepare a video on business letters. So what is a business letter? First, let us understand it. A business letter is a letter containing business information. It is also known as non-personal letter. Business letters are formal in nature. It is structured and are exchanged between and among business people. Here we are also going to see few definitions because from your exam perspective, these definitions become very important. Here, one of the most important scholar who has discussed about business letter is J.H. Hansen. He says the letters which are exchanged among business in connection with business affairs are called business letters. Then there is another scholar whose name is Al Rahman who says any correspondence having commercial or business interest is known as commercial correspondence or a business letter. Likewise, according to Professor Tenter, all letters written for business purposes are business letters. So these are some of the important ideas that proponent of those who were involved in writing something about business letters have said from time to time. So in normal parlance, what we can understand to transact any business, when we write something to somebody either for purchasing or selling or for any transaction of business, then that correspondence is considered as business letter. As you all might agree with my idea that any business organization has to maintain contact with its various partners like suppliers, customers, government agency, and so on. And all stakeholders have to communicate with each other. So from that perspective, even the government agency and so on. So business letter constitute, or to some extent it works as a bridge to communicate with various parties or stakeholders. The function of business letters are multidimensional in its approach. The importance of business letter is presented below through its various functions or objectives. The first objective that normally you and I should understand is that any business houses primarily works to create a goodwill. So building goodwill is the first objective. Another important purpose of business letter is to sell good reputation and friendliness of a company to its customer, to its client, and to, for that matter, anybody whom it is going to service. So it acts as an ambassador of a country for a particular company where you and I shall be working in future, or even today we are working in. So it aims at building goodwill in customers company relationship, holding present customers, reviving inactive account, and inviting customer to buy more and more product or services for that. Then the another objective is to maintain record and references. Business letters are very useful as records and reference of previous transactions. In business, innumerable transactions or communication occur with a large number of people that are not possible for a businessman to remember. So when memory fails, business letters act as a previous record and can be used for future references. And no business organization can ever prefer to having no record of its previous transactions or previous details of any relationship it forged with any company or stakeholder. Then there is next objective, that is making a lasting impression. When you are working in a company, you always want to cast and spell of impression so that people can remember you or your product for a longer period of time. So from that perspective, making a lasting impression is the another objective. In case of oral communication, the impact of any message is felt mainly during the time of hearing, and as soon as the next oral communication takes place, the effect of the previous one is reduced. But a letter makes a lasting impression on the reader's mind as it stays with them and work effectively every time it is read. So it is working as a reference also, because when you are scrolling through the pages of various letters, then your mind gets refreshed. Then the next objective is building and maintaining business relations. So primary goal of business letter is to maintain business relation. Business letters help to build and maintain business relation among various parties like manufacturers, distributors, intermediaries, support staff, and customers, and even consumers. Then the next objective is to exchange business information. The primary objective of business letter is to exchange business related information between the parties involved, means those whosoever are involved. So you are trying to exchange information from one side to another side. So most of the time, business people send letters to their counterparties containing various business information, because it is the information that will lay foundation for any business organization to exist in this world and to prosper. Then next objective is widening the approach. Means you are trying to widen your horizon. You are trying to widen your approach. So from that perspective, so that you can have your outreach to the maximum number of people. So it is very difficult to send business representative to all the places all the time, but a letter can be sent any place at any distance. Sometimes executives, professionals, politicians, etc. are difficult to be approached personally. So in that case, when you send letter, your work can be transacted. So, but a letter can find easy access to anybody. Thus, a business letter helps to widen the area of business operation and also the access to a large number of people. Then the most important part is an authoritative proof, because this is the written evidence. So you and I should agree on that matter, that a business letter also serves the purpose of evidence. A written commitment binds to concerned party to obey the text of writing. A letter signed by a responsible person acts as an authoritative proof of what is said in it. It can even be treated as a valid document that can be produced as evidence in a court of law. If any dispute ever arises, then these written letters can function as an evidence, and these letters are admissible evidence in court, because you and other parties shall be binded by the terms and conditions laid down in this letter. Then there are few other functions of business letter also. That is, business letter also has some other functions beside the above ones. It provides legal facilities, saves your time, helps to increase product demand, helps to settle transaction easily, and it is accepted by all as a reliable media of communication. So, in conclusion, what we can say that business letter is an indispensable means of communication for industry and commerce, and no organization in modern day can ever think of its existence without communicating through letter and creating evidences and keeping its record. So the multidimensional function of business letter have given it a wide range of acceptance to the business world, so it must be furnished with due care. So when you are behaving or when you are being employed to some organization and you are writing a letter, you must be always mindful of the content or the words that you have chosen to communicate your idea, because these words can either earn you friends or can spell doom for you. Thank you for watching this channel. Share this content with your friends, because this is very important from BCA, MCA and BBA program courses, and most of the time this question is often asked. हम 1000 के करीब सब्सक्राइबर बेस छूने वाले हैं। इस माइलस्टोन के लिए आप सभी को बधाई हो और आप सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें। धन्यवाद।